little buns, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. Been a little while, I'm sorry. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus because of something I will talk about later in the video. I mean, it's only been like a week and a half, but still, hi, it's January 1st. It's a new year. We're gonna do better this year, okay? But, you know, in light of that, I want to do a little retrospective on my 2017 and the 2017 that I shared with you. And I also want to dive into a couple of things that I didn't tell you that happened throughout the year. And, you know, now that it's gone on a little bit longer and now that I'm not living in those moments, I can talk about them and it's not as bad. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what I'm going to talk about. Well, we're going to see. To start this off, we're going to just begin with my first video of the year. So my first video of the year was a recovery vlog from FFS.
Hi everybody. Oh my god, where am I? What are we doing? What's up with my eyebrow? Y'all, I don't work at Sephora. What's going on?
It has officially been over a year since my facial feminization surgery and I am 100% healed and I'm 100% satisfied. I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't have any reason to not be satisfied right now. That whole experience was absolutely incredible and it was my absolute joy and pleasure to have all of you with me throughout that recovery. You really made it not only possible for me to have that surgery in the first place because of the crowdfunding efforts you guys did, which was amazing, but you also made the recovery so much more meaningful, I guess, because, you know, you think about surgery recovery, you're like, oh, that's the hard part, that's the bad part that nobody likes, right? But to me, I enjoyed it, which is bizarre, but I enjoyed it because I got to share it with people that were wanting to do the same thing but didn't, you know, they didn't know what to expect and they didn't know what it would be like, and it made me happy to be able to show people what it would be like. So I hope that was great because I really enjoyed doing that. I did have like an absurdly swollen jaw for a couple of months that I honestly did not notice, which was kind of funny. Hello little buns, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. Finally, for those of you that watch me all the time, you'll know that I've been gone from home for like more than a month and I'm very happy to finally be recording in my normal setting again, so God bless. You know, that passed in like 2 or 3 months and then I was fine. I was fine. But I really don't think that I have fully recovered until like maybe a month or 2 ago. And that's when I could really tell that this was done healing. Next, I started touching on an experience that I've had and that I have regularly now, but at that point I had only had it once or twice, and that was sleep paralysis. And I've had, I think 2 or 3 videos on this topic. I have some spooky shit to share with you today, and I felt really tired. I felt very heavy. I didn't bother moving because I was like, oh, I'm so tired. You know, I just didn't give a shit. So the Shadow Man is literally, it looks like somebody wearing a morph suit that's black, but it doesn't look like it's fabric. It looks like it's just shadow. 3-dimensional shadow, you can't see through it. It's just like a shadow came out of the ground and was walking. I was laying in bed, I was asleep. The night before, I was somewhat inebriated and I passed out. I wasn't like super wasted. Like I didn't pass out from being wasted, I just fell asleep because I was exhausted and my body was like not perfect condition or whatever. So I fell asleep on top of my bed, on top of my covers and everything. And I slept for like 3 hours until I realized that I was playing Beyonce's cover of Sex on Fire on a loop for 4 hours while I was sleeping. So I got up, turned it off, went to bed properly that time. And I was like, huh, what an odd feeling, right? I look over to like this way, which is towards my window, and the blinds are shut, which is bizarre because I usually don't shut my blinds. And I can see out of my balcony door, it's all white. It's all white. And I kind of like, you know, get a bit closer to see it. And it's blizzarding. Blizzarding, full blast, thick. You can't see through the snow, but it's snowing. And I'm like, that's weird. It's fucking August. Why is it blizzarding? And I really kind of have a weird relationship with it because I kind of enjoy sleep paralysis, but at the same time, it's scary and it's escalating. So that's kind of bizarre. But you know, what the fuck? Just getting attacked in my sleep by demons. No big deal. It's all good. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm okay. I've also spent a lot of time this year dating. I guess, you know, before I had FFS, I dabbled in people, okay? But I don't think I felt secure enough with myself to really commit or to really put myself into something. So it always felt very half-assed and it always felt very empty, okay? But this year I've had very meaningful relationships, very deep, very powerful relationships. It's been pretty wild, okay? And that has been a new experience. And obviously there are low parts and there's also very high parts. But to me, I think, you know, when I look back on a relationship, I just want to remember the good things and how it changed me for the better, even if there were low moments. And I mean, obviously that would be different if I was in an abusive relationship, but I wasn't. So it's okay, okay? I came forward, I think it was February, about an experience I had in college where I was sexually assaulted. What a downer. I made this kind of poetic short video called I Can't Feel Clean about it.
No matter how much I washed, I could never seem to feel clean. He didn't roar, he didn't have horns or sunken cheeks, he didn't breathe fire or exude poisonous vapors. He was quite beautiful, actually. Statuesque, muscular, and bronze. He didn't scare me or try to intimidate me. He didn't even leave any marks. In hindsight, I think I was trying to cover up the traumatic experience with 100 gentle memories, but it kept gnawing through the other recollections like a virus devouring a hard drive.
And that was right at the time when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get help for this because it's affecting my relationships. I need to do better. I need to have a better everything. So I went to therapy for it, and basically they diagnosed me with complex PTSD that was specifically triggered by sexual intimacy. Oh, that's so convenient. But, you know, through therapy, I'm now able to totally manage my flashbacks, okay? And I don't freeze up like a porcelain doll anymore, so that's good. And that really just made everything in my relationship areas more healthy, so that was good. I appreciate that. Thanks, therapy. I really enjoy making videos like that. Lucy, do you hear her? She just started screaming. My battery's low, I can't stop. Hi. I really want to do videos like that, but I feel like I have to escalate. I have to elevate the quality, okay? So I really want to work with like videographers and people with good equipment instead of just trying to piece it together by myself in one night. I have ideas, and honestly, I've written so much that I want to do for videos like that, but I don't have the crew. Okay, so if you are somebody that does video work in Toronto, you know, whether that's post work, like, you know, the editing, okay, or if you are a videographer, or if you like to direct projects like that, hit up my email and, you know, show me some of your work so I get an idea of that, because I really would love to put some of these things together in the new year so that I can elevate my channel. You know what I mean? I want to make movies. I don't know if they're movies, they're more like little whatever. They're gonna be great. So like, just hit me up. Thank you. My email, business email in the description box with your portfolio. Thank you so much. My New Year's resolution last year was to travel by myself anywhere. And I definitely did that. But my first trip was to Montreal. I took a train. It was really, really fun. I went to visit my friend Jessie, and I did a collab with Chase Ross, who I've done several collaborations on different levels with now.
I never remember what we're gonna talk about. You're like about to start. I'm like,
Get my intro, and it's like, like breathing into breathe my fire.
I don't even know what your intro is.
That's okay.
I love that. I'm like, I mean, like, I know, like, I've seen it, but
but like, it's
now
on
I
your head.
see it.
Oh. Hello, little buns. It is Steph. Welcome. This is not my home. Welcome to Chase's home. Chase Ross. And that was really cool. I pretty much, you know, I completed my resolution in February, but I didn't stop there. We're gonna talk about that later. Oh my god. Throughout 2017, I posted 6 Adam and Eve videos, so that's a thing. For those of you that don't know, my Adam and Eve videos are basically where I unbox adult toys. Which was a bit jarring at first because my old image was very wholesome and very like, hi, I'm so innocent, but like that's not real, so we're not gonna do that anymore. The reality is Adam and Eve is my biggest sponsor, and they pay the hell out of my bills, so that's amazing. So thank you to everybody that watches those videos. I really do appreciate that because that company is like keeping me afloat. So cool, I love that, thank y'all. About halfway into the year, I reached 1.5 years on estrogen, which was pretty cool. Hello little buns, it is Steph, welcome back to my home. 2 things in particular that have really started to grow in these past couple of weeks, and that have been my breasts, which hurt and are so sore. And I mean, I really felt like in that moment my life was incredible. I felt great. It was summertime. I was involved in events. I was planning amazing stuff for later in the summer, amazing career moves. I had my own apartment and it was cute and I was eating okay. And I just really felt like life was great. Okay. And that was so nice. So like, I'd love to go back to that feeling. But, you know, maybe like soon. Okay. I really felt like in that moment as well that I was coming into my own sense of personal style and I was finding my look. And that's really exciting. I really value like transforming and change. And I really felt like I was in a metamorphic state in that moment. I had also started wearing extensions, which changed everything. Extensions make me feel so much better about myself. And I'm not always wearing them. I don't wear them constantly because my hair has grown a little bit since then. But I definitely felt like having another bit of control over my appearance was empowering. So that was nice. Later that month in April, I took my first ever plane trip ever. My first plane trip. Oh my god, baby's first plane trip. And it was to LA and it was the coolest plane I'd ever seen. And I thought all planes were like this. It was massive. It had like, you know, 2 walkways and like it was a set of like 7 seats or 8 seats in the middle and then the end rows were 2 seats. I was seated next to like the most attractive man in the universe. He was going to Coachella, so like That was kind of a turnoff, but whatever. I didn't talk to him at all. It's fine. Point is, my first plane trip was amazing. And then after that, I was on at least one plane a month, which was crazy because up to that point, I had never really traveled. And my whole resolution was to actually travel this year. And I did that in a big way. I was all over the United States all year. I visited like at least 10 states. I did so much. And I sometimes forget how much work I did. And then I remember it. I'm like, cool, you did a good job. And that's kind of nice. And I really want to keep that momentum going in the new year with more travel and more trips. So listen up. If you are, at a university or something, anywhere in the world, and your university has a budget for speakers, and you want to have me come speak at your university or your college or your school, whatever kind of school or whatever the hell kind of anything it is, you know what I mean? If you have a budget and you want me to come talk, then have the person who is responsible for those things reach out to my business email and I'll come talk about whatever you want. Trans things, YouTube things, whatever. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I want to come to you. I want to travel. So have somebody hit up my email, again, my business email in the description box, and we'll see what happens. Oh my God. I don't discuss those things myself. I have a manager now. Wow, so fancy. And he handles that for me and he's amazing. So thank you, Austin, for that. Oh my gosh. My first time in LA, I collabed and I met with so many people. Two specifically were Miles J and Sound the Awake, who I'd been watching since I was like a wee babe.
Hello, little buns. It is Steph. Welcome to Nicola Cody's house.
Oh, hi.
From Sound the
Yes.
Awake. Did I say all that right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Hello, little buns. It is Steph. Welcome to Miles J's house.
Here in America.
In the lab.
I should specify. In the United States, because Canada is part of America.
So is South America.
Yeah.
So really, we're just terrible people.
So that was pretty cool. It was a full circle moment for me, It was just really cool meeting people that did the same stuff I did. Because in Toronto, there is some of it. And I've met lots of cool people here in Toronto, but LA is just like saturated with the YouTube culture. It's bizarre. So that was nice. That was really cool. In May, I posted about getting SRS, which is still happening. You guys have been asking me a little bit about that lately because I haven't really posted updates. Here's what happened. I raised money for the travel costs. Again, it was super optional, but you guys went above and beyond and raised like a whole bunch of money for me, so thank you. That's amazing. My original plan was to go to Thailand to have SRS with Dr. Suporn. For those of you that do not know, SRS is sexual reassignment surgery. It is what a lot of people think is the main surgery for trans people, so it would be giving me a vagina. You understand? The reality is, Dr. Suporn is retiring, so that kind of sucks. I will not be able to get my surgery with him most likely, so that kind of sucks. But what I realized pretty much immediately after I started that fundraiser and when I changed it to travel costs instead of the whole thing was that OHIP actually covers, and OHIP is the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, right? So it's like universal healthcare. It actually covers SRS out of country now. It used to only cover it if you got it done in Montreal. I didn't want it done in Montreal for personal reasons. Now it covers it anywhere in the world as long as you go through the process. So I started going through the process. It's a very lengthy process. I've been on a waiting list to get my last 3 appointments for about 4 months. Like basically since, I don't know, July. So it's kind of frustrating, but it'll happen. So I'm waiting on that because if I can save tens of thousands of dollars, I would like to do that. So that would be great, thank you. But I will let you guys know as soon as I have a plan or I know more about SRS that I'm going to be having. I will keep you guys posted, okay? I had a very cool experience in July with Chase Ross. We had a cool meetup. It was a joint meetup at the Riddle Room in Toronto, which is one of my favorite places. If you guys are from Toronto and you like board games or video games or escape rooms, you should check out the Riddle Room. It's located near Yonge and Wellesley. That's a street intersection, okay? I had a joint meetup with Chase there. It was so fun. It was so short notice, but still like over 200 people showed up, which was balls to the walls cool, okay? So I'd love to do more events like that. I haven't done one since the summer, which I'll get into later. I think I'll do more there in the future. Unfortunately, that space is not accessible if you are a user of mobility devices or something like that. So I would like to do a variety of events, not only there. Ideally, I'd love it if it was accessible, but that's just not. I don't have control over that. So we'll see what happens, but it's a cool place. Go check it out, VidCon, my first YouTube convention. This was incredible. This was an amazing experience. I made the mistake of focusing too much on the parties and not enough on doing work, but I was not a featured creator. I was going as a guest for somebody else, so I didn't really have commitments to panels or things like that. But this year, I am a featured creator. I am a featured creator at VidCon 2018. I'm so excited, so I will be focusing on the work because I learned my lesson last year, okay? A hangover when you're trying to get to a plane at like 8 in the morning is not cute, okay? So I'll do better. I will do better. It's gonna be fine. I don't know what I'm gonna be involved in yet because it's still too far in advance to know that, but I will let you guys know as soon as I know what's up with VidCon 2018. Come see me there. The only collaboration I actually did when I was there was with Ash Hardell, who's a super cool person.
Let's just do it. Sweet.
All right. What did we say? How did you word it? Hello, little buns. It is Steph. Welcome to this hotel room where I am with the wonderful Ash Hardell. I will link their channel in the description box, as well as every other YouTuber I've mentioned in this video. Go check them out. They're cool. And now I'm going to tell you about something that I haven't talked about very much, and that is Tyler. You guys have been asking about Tyler forever, so we're going to address that right now. I met Tyler. It was amazing. It was something I'd never felt before, but the reality is it burned hot and it burned really fast. Okay, so we are not together anymore. It was mutual. It was respectful. Everything is fine. I don't want you guys to take sides because there's no sides to take. Everything's totally fine. Don't go harassing the person that you like the least out of the two of us because there's no reason to do that, okay? It was a healthy breakup, okay? And I learned some lessons. I don't think I will make a relationship public ever again. I'm sorry. Just because it adds an element that I don't like. It invites other people into the relationship that you aren't asking, you know, to come in. And I thought it would be a cool experience to share like my, you know, a great feeling and a great thing with people. And I really wish that was the case because it wasn't. It's not that anybody did anything wrong. It's just the nature of YouTube and sharing your personal moments. You know, I don't regret sharing it because I definitely think I made some great videos that are very informative for people, but I don't think I would do it again. So keep that in mind, I guess. Sorry. Point is, that ended months ago. And we didn't want to address it because, I mean, obviously in any breakup, there's gonna be a reasonable amount of like soreness and aching, I guess. And we didn't wanna make it a big mess when we were still feeling things. Like, I don't know, but it's been a while. We're good, we're cool, we're friends. You don't have to do anything. It's all good. That's over though. I'm just letting you know. Thank you. Unfortunately, around that time, and for reasons that have nothing to do with the breakup, okay? My life basically took a sharp 90-degree angle fucking nosedive, okay? Pretty much everything happened at once, okay? I realized I had trouble with addiction. I realized I had an eating disorder. That was the same thing. That relationship ended, which any relationship ending is gonna hurt a little bit. And something else I haven't talked about, and I don't think I'm ready to go into detail, and I don't think I ever will go into detail because it's not really my business. In a way, it kind of is because it's affected me in a huge way, but my parents separated like permanently after like 30 years of marriage. And that's just something I never thought would happen. And it taught me a lot about reality because, you know, in my mind, they were perfect and happy and they would be together forever. And the reality was that from an outside perspective, and I'm not sure what they would say personally, but from an outside perspective, looking back on that relationship, I understand now that it wasn't perfect. No relationship's perfect. And it taught me, you know, that true love maybe doesn't exist. I don't know, that sounds depressing, but it's like, it changed my world in a way that I can't quite explain. And I think any child whose parents are separated or divorced can understand this because like, especially if it happened later in life. If it happened early in life, that's a whole different kind of traumatizing. But later in life, it's like you've seen these two people so committed and so in love and you're like, oh, they're great, they're perfect. And then one day it's just like, that didn't happen, that wasn't real. And it fucks you up severely. And what happened basically was all of these things happening at once. It just fucked me right up. I just fucking spiraled. I had a lot of trouble getting off of those pills I was taking. I was addicted to laxatives, okay? The whole thing's fucked up. Seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder, SAD, I don't know, I haven't been diagnosed, okay? But it runs in my family. And I have been talking to therapists for months, trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me because I am so just empty. I don't want to make this in a sad, depressing video, but I mean like, it's not that I'm sad though, it's that I'm just nothing. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And I thought that was because of the eating disorder, but I've been clean with that for like 7 or 8 weeks, so it obviously wasn't. So I'm still getting help, I'm still going to therapy, I'm gonna be okay, but I think it's important to acknowledge that it's okay not to be okay, and while I'm going to be okay, I'm maybe not okay right now. And that doesn't mean that I'm not functional, it doesn't mean that I'm not, I don't know. But that's kind of the reason why I've withdrawn from everything, and you might have noticed that. I've been posting less, I've been kind of just dark. I don't know, but I am 100% committed to getting better. And that is what all of my energy is going into right now. And you know, I would like to get to a place where I don't need to have drank an entire pot of coffee to function. But that's where I'm at right now. So we'll get away from that soon, I guess. We'll see what happens. I really, really want 2018 to be our year, to be my year, to be your year, to be the year of the Breadsquad. I want this shit to take off. Okay, I want to start building an empire, and I mean that because I feel like I'm ready, okay? But I need to get better first, and I really honestly feel like I'm going to be better very soon. And if in fact, if it is SAD, I might not be better till the spring because that's just the way it works, and that sucks. But at least I will know for next year if that is the case, you know, to prepare myself and to maybe figure that shit out because the way I feel right now is just not cute. No, not cute. Anyways, let's wrap up the year with my 2 years in estrogen video. I'm kind of shocked about my breast development. I feel like it's stopped. They are sore, which, you know, they haven't been sore for a while, but I haven't noticed growth for maybe a whole year. Like, I just feel like nothing has really changed. I have some dimension and some fat, but really they're pretty flat. I don't feel like I have breasts. I feel like I have a chest, you know what I mean? That was pretty cool. I'm 2 years on estrogen. Here's some facts though. Because I was addicted to these laxatives for like 6 months, my body was flushing out my hormones. So in that video I say like, oh, my breast growth kind of stopped. Like, I wonder why that is. And I figured because I consciously knew that those pills don't actually get rid of the food before the calories are absorbed. So they were really doing nothing except for dehydrating the fuck out of me and depriving me of a few different nutrients. I figured that the pills would also be absorbed before they were expelled by the laxative. It turns out that was not the case. The reason why my breast growth stopped was because my estrogen stopped, okay? So that was kind of shitty. So basically I was back to about a year on estrogen in terms of progress. And that was not cute. Okay, but I'm doing better now. My boobs are swollen as hell and they're sore, and this one's bigger than this one and I can't help it and it sucks, but whatever, it's fine, it's okay. Here's what to look forward to though in 2018. We're moving forward. We are getting rid of this depression bullshit. We are feeling better. We are committing to ourselves. We are ruling the world. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. In February, I am getting breast augmentation and I am getting something like a hip surgery, basically to give me hips. I won't go into super detail about either of those things right now because they will have their own video series in the future, but you can expect that around Valentine's Day. Okay, that will be happening February 13th, 2018. Another big thing to look forward to in this year, 2018 guys, what the fuck? I can't handle it. Is VidCon. VidCon is happening in the summertime. I will put a link to VidCon's website in the description box, so if you want to come see me as well as many other creators which are listed on their website, go check it out. You should, you know, maybe do that. Those are the only two real big plans. I mean, I'm making plans. I'm you know, talking to people about cool shit happening. But bottom line is I want to just bring something new to the table. So we're gonna be doing lots of cosmetic surgery kind of videos. I'm not gonna necessarily be getting dozens of surgeries, but I might get like injectables and we'll talk about that and I'll show you how that works because I don't feel like people really talk about that because it's like a secret. I don't know, what the fuck. If I get my lips done, you're gonna see every second of it, okay? I wanna do new things. I just wanna be silly. I wanna be carefree. You know, I wanna do a video where I just turn it on and I talk about some bullshit for 5 minutes, okay? And I think, you know, I watch videos like that and they make me laugh. So why can't I do that too? You know what I mean? I don't want to be held down to one kind of video. I don't want to only be able to talk about trans topics because, to be very honest, and I'll make a whole video about this too, it's like the real reason YouTube is hard is if you find success, you pretty much have to keep doing that one thing that made you find success. And if you don't have the success anymore. And I want to bring this channel to a place where I can do anything and it will get the views and it will keep me afloat. Because if I'm not making what I love, then this isn't fun for me. And I love this. I love YouTube. I love the culture. I love the people. I love the job. I love you guys. I love the platform. I just want it to feel right again for me personally. So I'm gonna make a commitment to doing that. So you will see different kinds of things from me next year, this year. It's 2018, what the fuck? It doesn't mean anything major is going to change. It's not like I'm going to not do any trans videos. It's just, I'll be doing different. I'll be doing all kinds of things. Who knows? Maybe I'll just run a marathon. Maybe I'll just paint some pictures. Maybe I'll just go to Disney World and vlog it. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be great. I love you so much. Thank you for staying with me while I spiraled out the entire second half of this past year because the shit was crazy, okay, and you guys didn't leave, and I really love you. And it's not that, you know, you have to stay for me to love you. It's just like, I can tell that there's something real here, you know, and I really appreciate everything you've done for me. And I can't wait to see what the next year holds. You know what I mean? It's gonna be baller. Until next time, just remember, keep your head up. If you're in a dark place right now, you will get out of it. We're gonna get out of it together because we're already well on our way, okay? I love you so much, bye!